Welcome to Tech Room with Loctech. I'm your host, Akila Chikeje, aka your resident Texas. Tech Room is a corporate social responsibility initiative of the Loctech Training Institute. It's an educative TV program that brings information technology education to our community's doorstep. At Loctech, we do this because we believe that everyone, regardless of age or financial status, has the right to access information technology education. This is Tech Room with Loctech. Welcome to the interview segment, and on today's segment I have with me someone interesting from the Loctech Institute, and he's going to tell us all about what he does here. Welcome to the show, Bright.
Yeah.
All right, I know you, but I'd like you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
All right.
Your name and what you do here at Loctech.
Okay, so my name is Bright Philip. I'm a software engineer and web instructor at Loctech. Yeah, so that's just me.
A web instructor.
Yeah.
So what course do you teach at Loctech?
Okay, so basically I teach web development, mobile development, database, and all of that. Yeah.
So Bright, tell us, you talked about web development. That's what you teach here at Loctech.
Yeah.
What exactly does web development entail? If someone says, I'm coming to learn web development at the Loctech Training Institute, what are the things that they're expected to learn?
Alright, so basically I will just define web development and from there move on. So basically web development is all about building websites, right? Be it front-end part of the website and be the behind-the-scenes part of the website, right? So you have websites like Jumia, you have websites like Alibaba, where you go and get goods and all of that. So that's basically what web development is. Yeah, so building websites, maybe for businesses, for e-commerce platforms, and so
just different things like that. Okay, I know that when we talk about tech learning, web development was one of the most popular, in fact, one of the first popular tech courses. Am I right?
Yeah,
it's so popular, more popular than any other tech course you can think about, because almost everybody at one point was trying to be a web developer. Like, okay, I'm into web development, I build websites, I can build a website for you and all of that. Let's talk about the careers around web development. Okay, so let's talk about the careers first of all around web development. Is there still a space for somebody to come in and say, I want to learn web development? Isn't it rather too late at this point of the world progressing, or is it still a relevant thing to learn?
Okay, I'll start this way. First off, if you look at Africa in general, we have minimum, let's say, capacity. Like we're looking at workers, we have limited workers, right, in terms of programming and all of that. So I think it's still an early stage stuff. Yeah, it's not that, let me put it this way, it's still something that people can still explore and learn. Yeah, so especially in Africa, we need more hands into programming and all of that. So I think it's not late and it's not too early.
It's not so early, it's not too late. So it's still the right time. It's still prime time, like I'd like to say. Okay, also at Loctech Training Institute, you said you teach on web development. What are the career possibilities? If I'm done learning web development at Loctech, what are the things I can go on to become? Okay, so basically web development, it has different branches, right? So if you learn, so you can learn full stack development, you can learn let's say front-end development. So if you learn, let's say the course, you do full stack, that means automatically you're doing the back end and front end of web development. So we also have people that just do front end, they focus more on front end alone. We have people that focus more on back end, and we also have people that they just do database, right? That's the part of web development, right? They manage database and all of that. So that's basically it. You have a lot of career paths around web development, so that's it.
Hi, my name is Famous Jason. and I'll be taking you guys on the topic cell referencing and basic and advanced formulas in Excel. So last time out we talked about introduction to advanced Excel and what it's all about, what I'll be taking you guys through over the course of this series. So now we're focusing on cell referencing and basic and advanced formulas in Excel. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see, my Excel worksheet. This is called the worksheet. So I'll just start being very basic. You know what? Everybody knows what 2 plus 2 is, right? So 2 plus 2 equal to 4. That's how you do it. That's how you perform a calculation in Excel. You start with the equal to sign. Equal to 2 plus 2, 4. We all know that's 4. So I'm going to move forward now. So let's say in Excel here, you're not always, if you start with a table, let's just call it numbers. Let's call it numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you want to find the sum of this, everything here in this table. You're not going to write down literally equal to 4 plus 5 plus 6. No, that's not how we do it in Excel. As a no-go. How you do it in Excel is something called cell referencing. So you'll be like equal to, well, now I'm going to introduce the formula called sum. Equal to sum, you have to open your brackets. How you do with formulas in Excel is that after you specify the formula, you open up the bracket. Equal to sum, select it, and roll down, enter. That's found the sum of all the numbers. And you'll notice something. You will notice that it has tags A4 and A8. The A4 now is actually used to specify these 4 here. It's called a cell reference. You can see the A2 like something very A to Z, then AA, BA, CA, DA like that. It goes very far. Then you can see that's called column tags. Then for the row tags 1, and it goes down to up to over 1 million. So it is a way. So if you want to reference a cell in Excel, you have to intercept both the row and the column. So for instance, this 4 now is called B1. I'm going to show you guys now. If I write equal to B1, I get 4. Why? Because 4 was in the cell B1. So any cell in Excel is actually named by the intersection of the row tag and the column tag, as you can see. So I believe with this small simulation, we know how to tag, reference, basically reference any cell in Excel. If you want to reference a range, you specify the first cell with that range and the last cell in that range. Actually, we plan to sum everything here. How do we do that? We called column. We called the first cell and a column, then the last cell. So this is basically basic cell referencing, how to call cells in Excel for different calculations and different purposes. So before I move on, I'm just going to write the first thing that we did after I clear everything. We did 2 plus 2, right? So imagine 2 was in here and 2 was in here. To sum it now, we're not going to write 2 plus 2 anymore. We're just going to write equal to this cell reference, and just click on it or write A1 plus this cell reference, enter, equal to 4. So this is called relative cell referencing. Now, we're going to move forward now to the next sheet. We will enter the first task now. So the table, there are months, there's a months column, revenue column, expenses column. We have to find the net column as it's blank, the net income column. To start a calculation in Excel, you have to specify the equal to sign. So I'm sure you know now, we need equal to and minus. To compute the net income, we need 2 things, equal to and minus. Then the cell references of the revenue and expense cells. Let's just get straight into it. So now to find the net income of the first cell, specify the equal to, and you can actually specify the first revenue by saying, because I can see now that the B intersects with the 2. I can write B2 manually. I'm just going to write the first B2 manually, and my minus sign, click on the C2. So there are different ways you can do it. And you can, if you notice, they all have different colors, as I've said before. So press my enter sign, my enter button, and look at, that's giving me the net income. This is the result of 20,000 minus 13,050. So now I can continue like that, but in Excel there's something called auto filling. It's currently switched off. Switch it off screen, but now I'm just going to quickly do it. So if I want to make the same thing that I did on the first cell, the same thing happen on the following cells, I'll do this now. I'm going to click on this small icon here, double click on it, and you can see it calculated automatically everything else using the same formula, but this referencing style that we use is called relative referencing. I will get back to that. So now this is called relative referencing, where it moves as you move the formula. That as we move down now with the autofill, you can see that the reference moved. It's relative. I'll get back to it. The other one is called absolute. We'll get to it. So let's enter the second task, task 2. I'm just entering my net sheet using the shortcut key, control page down. The shortcut that you should note. Okay, now, so we are giving, in these sheets, we are actually giving the grades of students in a school. The first column actually has their names and has the mark score, sorry. And the second two columns, first one here, you can see grade total, the score that each student got in the test, and the percentage. So this is our task, to find the percentage that the students got in their scores relative to the mark score. How do you find that? For sure, we know that if there's a mark score and it's a percentage, the percentage of that mark score will be 100. Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to do something first. Before you calculate your percentage, you have to transform that column into, you have to make it to be formatted to show percentage, because why? Let me just do the calculation first. So I'm going to be like equal to 150 over 150. This is what we need. Actually, we need to start by specifying 150 over 150, and obviously it's giving us 1. So basic math, we're going to put them inside a bracket, and I'll be like, to see it in percentage form, times 100. Right? Enter. I've gotten this. So I'm going to show you the 2 ways to calculate the percentage. So this is one way to calculate it. Now, notice, I've taught you guys how to autofill now, but if I autofill now, they all give me 100, right? They all give me 100. So that is because of the kind of cell referencing I use now was still relative. I'm supposed to actually incorporate something called absolute cell referencing in this formula to make it give me what I actually want. So what's the sense behind that? So now in this second, if I enter the second formula, you see that what you actually did was that because of the first formula involved 150 over 150, he at least is doing 85 over 85, 65 over 65, and so on. He's dividing every cell by themselves. We don't want that. So what we have to do, we have to actually lock the second 150. So as the first 150, this first cell referencing is moving down. As we're moving down here, it's going to be like this for the numerator. Then the one under, that's the denominator, will always be 150. It will not move like it's moving now. We are going to get into it now. So the thing that we need to do first is to clear what has already been done. We cleared the wrong calculations. Enter our calculation. So to lock the second 150, because we don't want the thing under to change as we autofill. We don't want it to change. So we have to incorporate something called absolute cell referencing. So how do you do that? You put a $ before each column and row tag. If I want to lock this so it will move left and right, if I autofill it left and right, I lock the B by putting a $ in front of the B. If I want to lock it so it will move down and up, I lock the 2 by putting a $ in front of the 2. So what do I mean? I'm just going to do it. Put $ in front of the B, move, putting $ in front of the 2, and now pressing enter. And now if I autofill, you'll notice a difference. that's actually calculated the percentages. So now let's enter inside the formulas. After inside this first formula, you can now see now that before here they were both B3, B3 because it was relative self-referencing that was on for the both of them. But now that I've made the second item here into an absolute self-referencing, it does not move. As I auto-filled it now, the one under remained at 150, which is what we want. So that's the idea behind absolute self-referencing. If you don't want it to move as you auto-fill, you lock it using the $sign. You can lock a row using the $sign beside the numbers, and lock a column using the $sign behind the letters, as we did here. Now we're going to shed more light on this by entering the next task. We're going to enter it by clicking on Control Page Down, a shortcut that you should note, as I've said before. So now we are given a sales table. This sales table now has different items and different days, and their totals per item. The items, the days, totals per item. So we are also, this is the total sales table. We are told to find the percentage sales table, but per what? The percentage sales table per item. That we're supposed to find out how each item contributed to the total sales. So what we are supposed to get now is the percentages, yeah? So just as you're looking at the screen now, the idea is to make each item, make here 100%. Make here 100%, that's for the week. For the week, here, as you're seeing it here, these are sales. So for the week, we are seeing here that grilled cheese gave us 810. Yeah, so by finding the percentage sales per item, that's per day, we're supposed to find out how many percent per day did this item give us throughout the week. I don't know if you understand. Now, as this is 100%, we're supposed to find out how the different percentages per the different days that this item used to get their total in the week. That's just why we're going to solve it now. So entering this now is just going to be like, so entering the first item, finding the percentage spread per day. That's the best way to say it. It's the percentage spread per day of each item. What I'm going to do is actually going to enter Monday first. Going to be like equal to. So as we found the percentage scores of those students, you know that the score was there and the mark score was under. So in this situation, the sales of one day will be on top. Then what will be under will be the total sales of the week. C3, I can write C3 or I can click on C3. So equal to bracket open, C3 divided by the total 810, close my bracket, times 100. Enter. So for Monday, grilled cheese got 18% of their total sales throughout the week. Okay, 18% of the sales gotten from grilled cheese in this week was from Monday. There are different ways to place the grammar, but if I total all the days, you will get 100%. If I keep on doing this and I total all the days, I'm going to get 100% for the week. So the contribution of Monday basically from grilled cheese was 18%. Anyhow, 18.5%. Anyhow you want to put the grammar, but that's the task we're given, and we're going to perform the task. So as I've said before, we have been autofilling downwards now. Since we're going to autofill rightwards now. So notice, if I autofill rightwards, see what's going to happen. Error. Why? Let's get into the formula. If I get into the formula, you see it's referencing D3, I3. If I swipe left, you see that I3 is nothing. I3 is nothing. Why? Because we didn't lock the 810. We didn't lock it. We have to lock it. Now, just quickly doing that, just clear out all this. And the main formula, the reference formula, the main formula, we're going to just lock it. Yeah? Locked. Now, as it's locked, I'm going to swipe right. And you can see that throughout the week, I got 18.5, 14.8, 22.2, and so on and so forth. So now, I told you that the total for the week will be 100%. That's how to check if we are correct. And how do we find the total? By using the sum formula. So before I take on the sum formula, I'm just going to make this black for visibility's sake. And to validate what we just found out, you have to find the total of all this to see if you're actually right. So as the task was to find the percentage contribution per day of a good. Yeah? So if you are right, if you add all this, you're supposed to get 100% for the week. 100% for the week. How do you do that? Equal to sum. Make text white. Equal to sum. Like we did in the first sheet when we did our 2 plus 2. Equal to sum. Then select everything. You can see the two references that are showing here. You can also see it up here. M3, which is M3, and Q3, Q3. Show you my hand. M3, Q3. Column in the middle. And I'm just going to press, close up my bracket. You can solve it inside the formula bar or inside the cell. Close up my bracket and press enter. 100%, so we are right. We found the percentage spread per day. With this, we have come to the end of this segment. If you want to know more, you can go more in depth. You can visit us at Loctech IT Training Institute, number 4A, Etimopoyo Close, by Bridge Bus Stop, Aba Road, Port Harcourt. Thank you.